What's up? Get the question often, what books am I currently reading? So, in this video, I'm going to take you directly to my Audible app. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to click right to the Audible Play Store. I love audible.com because you can listen to audiobooks on the fly. Sure, it costs a couple bucks a month. It's a bargain. Okay, here's the books that I'm reading. I don't read that morning thing. The Income Bible by R.L. Adams, anything by him on search engine optimization is just amazing. I just finished that book. Oh my god, mind-blowing. Public speaking stuff, because I'm into that. Influence, whew, that was a good one. The Big Leap, oh, that's a great book. It talks about how people argue their limitations. Instead of arguing why it will work or arguing the possibilities, they're arguing why stuff won't work. This book's amazing. The Way of the Superior Man by David Data. Oh my god. Especially if you want to grow in your relationship or with your significant other. It really makes you kind of look in the mirror and grow up and mature. Like, I've grown a lot in my marriage, and this book has helped me a lot. Launch by Jeff Walker. That's amazing. This is amazing. It's a collection of speeches. Give Me Money, Millionaire Success stuff. Phenomenal speeches by super successful people. The Abundance Paradigm by Joe Vitale. You gotta be a certain type of person to like his stuff. I think it's pretty good. It's very entertaining and it's all about mindset, but he's really good. Peter Diamandis and these guys talk about, oh, it's not him, but exponential organizations. Wow, dude, this just smashes it. I can't even explain it. The book, amazing. I read everything Gary Vaynerchuk puts out, period. Here's another Peter Diamandis book, Bold, talking about the future of technology and the internet. Here's another Vaynerchuk book, read that. This whole book on podcasting, because I've been wanting to put a podcast together, but I take on too much, and then I end up having to scrap certain stuff, but I want to do a podcast so bad. It's just, you know what I mean? When you run a service business, it takes up a lot of your time. How about that? Developing a $1 Million Message. Brennan Burchard is one of my favorite authors. The dude is so strategic, it's insane. This book is all about hiring people, top grading, and how the top organizations in the world hire employees. Phenomenal theory. Now, whatever your industry you're in, I mean, unless you're paying a guy some top dollar and giving him health insurance and all that type of stuff, it is kind of hard to keep guys around, if you know what I'm saying. This whole deep another subject that we all go through probably. Permission Marketing by Seth Godin. Phenomenal. Book the Business. That's about writing a book. That was really beneficial for me because I put out a couple books and I still got a lot to learn with the whole book thing, but I put it all out there and put it on the line. Aside from that, TED Talks. Rich Dad's Advisors. Anything by Rich Dad or Robert Kiyosaki is amazing. Unbelievable. This is writing winning business plans. Emeth. I've read all the Emeth stuff. I'm really deep into spiritual stuff and David R. Hawkins and frequencies and consciousness and talking about like just that. Well, this one's about letting go. How if you go through stress and struggle and drama in your life, how to literally breathe and just let it go. It's phenomenal. I was always curious, what the hell is this Scientology stuff all about? And Tom Cruise and this whole religion. So I read an entire book on it, and it's actually really interesting. Pulled some pretty cool stuff out of it, good ideas, and then, you know, scrap the stuff that I don't agree with. But it's a lot more practical than you'd think. The One Thing, famous book. What is the one thing that you can do that's the most powerful? There you go. I didn't read that affiliate marketing thing yet, but that's pretty cool. I made a couple extra bucks on the internet with affiliate marketing by not a lot, just a couple. Like, what was this one thing? David McGraw Hypnosis Meditation. I subscribed to that for 19 bucks a month, and I love it. So I put it in a couple links and made some videos, and I think they sent me a check for like 65 bucks because some people signed up, and that was freaking cool. And so I've tried affiliate marketing. It works. Transmuting Suffering into Peace. Oh my god, if you're going through hell in your life Eckhart Tolle is the guy to listen to. That's Awesome by Seth Godin. He talks about like how there's a moral dilemma with all marketing because you're using all these tactics and techniques and stuff to get people's attention. Tribes is another Seth Godin book. Phenomenal book. Anything by Darren Hardy, phenomenal. Must reads if you're a new entrepreneur. I love Dr. Wayne Dyer. I actually got to meet him in person. Very spiritual guy. He might be boring as hell for you to listen to, but I love him. Anything by Grant Cardone, read it. It'll make you sell more and better. I bought that. That improved my marriage a lot because I learned that you learn that your significant other, your wife, your girlfriend, your fiance, you might feel like you're loving her 100%, but she doesn't feel loved at all. And she might feel like she's loving you 100%, but you don't feel loved by her. It's because you have different love languages. And when you learn the language of your significant other, it'll totally improve. You know, that's amazing right there. Anything by Brendan Burchard, I read it all. One of my favorite authors. Midas Touch, powerful book, dude. These guys don't take no bullshit from anybody, and they tell it the way it is in this book. Anything by Mike Michalowicz is an absolute must-read. Faux show. Trust me, dude. It'll teach you about money and finance and how to think about your money. Prana Marketing. That's a little magnet business holders on the sides of my truck. Amazing stuff. That was kind of boring. I thought that'd be really cool. But if you're getting pushed on and walked around in your life, No More Mr. Nice Guy is a pretty good book. Money Master the Game. Oh my god. That's some high level stuff, dude. I listened to the whole book twice and it just really blew my mind. And I'm not even ready for the stuff that's in that book, but you should listen to it. This is a phenomenal book. I had shitty credit. Was in debt, spent the last 5 years digging myself out of debt and then learning about credit scores and calling the 3 different credit bureaus to get things wiped off, and it was a huge pain in the ass, but a great learning experience. 33 Ways to Raise Your Credit Scores is a phenomenal book. TenX Rule, Grant Cardone, gotta read it. Yep. This book I read twice about how to write and publish a book and everything, and they said, you know, edit your book 6 times. I think I edited my book like, I don't know. I was so tired. We're swamped, busy working, and I couldn't edit it anymore. And I had 3 different editors back out on me, and it pushed the book back by 2 months. And then we were swamped, and I was staying up till 4 in the morning working on the book. Sorry for talking about this. It's just someone complained that there's misspellings and grammar issues, and there is. And it literally was release the book with some mistakes, or don't release it at all. I had to make the choice to release the book, but the book is packed with everything that you could possibly need. I'm not trying to fucking sell my book here. Sorry, it's just I read that before I started the video. But it's a good book. So anyways, Practicing Presence by Eckhart Tolle. We all need to do that. I need to do that. Phenomenal book. The pH Miracle by Dr. Young. I'm obsessed with like health and nutrition, and that book will blow your mind, dude. This book is really crazy. Alchemy of 9 Dimensions. The 4th and 5th density of dimension will change your consciousness so you may connect to the all blah blah universal intelligence. It all makes sense, and I think it's all real, but it's super out there. But I like shit like that. Play It Away, yeah, The Workaholics Cure. That's a great book. It talks about if you're just like suffering and you work your life away, how you can turn it into a game and literally be happy while you're working. It's an amazing mindset book. So is The Obstacle is the Way. Those books go back to back. Michael Hyatt Platform, that's good. Let's kind of speed up here. Grant Cardone, anything by him. Debt Cures. Oh, you gotta get that. Debt Cures by Kevin Trudeau, amazing. Third Circle Theory was a great book, but it was just, I don't know, man. A lot of stories. Leadership Secrets of Attila the Hun, still good, but just a lot of stories. Emeth by Landscape Contractors is just like the Emeth, except they're saying the word landscaper in there a bunch of times. So it's a pretty good book, though. It's not a must-read. Wolf of Wall Street, that was a badass book. 20 hours long, though. I'd recommend listening to that in the winter while you're plowing snow or something. I listened to the whole book. It was better than the movie. It was great. That's a great book, Richest Man in Babylon. You got to read that, dude. I'm deep into this crazy shit. Ken Wilber. Just listening to this, dude, will open up your mind. I can't even explain it. He's talking, when I talk about the lines, level, states, and stages of consciousness. Yeah, that's what that guy. Talk about that book when I spoke in DC, The Power of Vulnerability. It's an amazing book, dude. Talking about just being yourself, showing your weaknesses, because it builds trust, and then you don't have to fight trying to play this fake facade. Just be yourself, you know. The Power Habit, that was pretty good, but it was just a lot of stories. The Charge, great book. That's a good book. Many Lives and Many Masters, that book will freak you out, dude. I don't even want to get into it. It's talking about past lives and reincarnations and how they've proved it with these doctors putting people under hypnosis, and they're speaking in different languages from different times in history, and like screaming and like spirituality. Very deep book. I went through a phase where I was real interested in all that stuff. It doesn't pay your bills, but you know what I mean. It's still awesome, I think. I like all practical stuff, not much fiction. Anything by John Jantsch, you got to read it, about your business. The Referral Engine, phenomenal. Seth Godin, Purple Cow. Another, The Dip, phenomenal. The Dip says, you know, Purple Cow is like you got to really stand out in business. Oops. And then anything in life in the dip that's worth achieving is going to be very hard. There's a long, hard dip, and that's what separates the haves from the have-nots. Everybody thinks 3 Feet from Gold was so amazing of a book, and it was just a long novel to me. I just couldn't get into it. 48 Laws of Power is amazing. I listened to it 3 times. That book is all about like psychological mind control and persuasion, and just crazy stories from history. That's a cool book, dude. The Gerson Therapy. Wow, this guy is let's just say I can't use the word cure. He's helped alleviate stage 4 cancer patients and completely turn them around through juicing raw green organic vegetables and very strict diets. I love nutrition stuff. Dr. Andrew Weil, phenomenal if you're into healthy eating and stuff. There's a cool book. I played that on speakerphone. On speaker to my wife laying in bed at night for a few nights. I don't want to hear this stuff. And the next thing you know, I hear her on the phone with one of her girlfriends saying, "Oh, we listened to this book, and it was great, and then it made our marriage so great." It's not like it was bad or anything. It's just all married couples. When you're, I think at any time in marriage, the more and more you could be more open and loving and lean into your relationship and commitment to your marriage versus being defensive or sticking your head in the sand is good. So always staying on the up and up and stuff like that, and learning from experts is cool. Power versus Force by David R. Hawkins. This guy talks about frequencies and energy and unconditional love versus hatred and anger. Amazing book. I think that's a must read, dude. This is a badass book. Tim Ferriss, anything by him. He's the guy who wrote the 4-Hour Workweek. That was boring, accidental genius. Some people might love it, but that was a cool book. Talks about Steve Jobs and how he was like a psycho and come in the boardroom screaming and nothing was good enough. This guy actually worked for him. Never Eat Alone by Keith Ferrazio is pretty good. Talks about this power of networking. But Duct Tape Marketing, phenomenal. Outliers talks about the power of environment and how people can become successful even if they're not that talented, if they're in the right environment, versus people that are, you know, could try their ass off and be super talented, but if they're in a shitty environment, you know, they'll never make it, or chances are very low. That's an amazing book. The Answer. Outwitting the Devil changed my life. I went through that. I listened to that when I was going through hell in my life, and it really helped me get on the straight and narrow. It talks about just being focused no matter what. And I have a whole bunch of other books on here. I don't know why they're not populating, but there's a lot more. I've showed you a lot. I must have read, I'm around almost 400 books now on audio. So just anytime that you're working, pop in some headphones or pop in something and listen and learn while you work. So there you go. This is what I'm listening to. Click a link in the description below. I know this has been a really long video. I just wanted to show you everything that I'm reading. Alright, cool. Later.